Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Don Johnson, Superintendent at USD 309, which is located just outside Hutchinson, Kansas. Thanks for taking the time today to listen and allow me to tell you a little bit about myself and take the opportunity to introduce myself to you. So in the next few minutes, I just want to share a little about my background, talk about some educational initiatives I've been blessed to be a part of throughout my career, and then share some of my leadership style so that you can see who I am. I grew up in Dodge City, Kansas, and graduated high school there. My parents managed a local bowling center in town, and so I became an avid bowler. Pretty easy to do when you get to bowl free every day. And that came in handy later in my life. I'm a middle child, 5 siblings, and I had a strong desire to attend college after high school. And because I wanted to pay for college myself, I decided to join the military right out of high school, where I received the GI Bill, and that helped pay for both my bachelor's and my master's degrees. So after serving 3 years in the military, I moved out to Indiana on a bowling scholarship and went to Vincennes University. And then after that, transferred to Wichita State University, also on a bowling scholarship. They are the #1 bowling community in the state, and received my degree in English and taught at the secondary level. After graduating then, I taught middle school and high school English for 14 years in the Ellsworth District, Nickerson District, and the Little River District. I've also served 14 years in administration as the principal in Little River and as Assistant Superintendent and Superintendent in Nickerson-South Hutchinson Public Schools. In 2014, I've completed my doctorate in Wichita State University, and I recently completed my second master's in National Security and Resource Strategy, where I focused on ethics, human capital, and strategic leadership. Also, on weekends and evenings, I teach an online course for students who are aspiring to be principals, and so I teach online courses through Grand Canyon University, located out in Arizona. I've been doing that for about 5 years, and while it does keep me busy, it keeps me very related to topics and very relevant for what's going on in education related to personnel, human capital, school finance, school law, and curriculum design. And the last thing I want to share about myself is I'm currently a colonel in the United States Army Reserve. So I was in the military for 3 years, stayed active for 3 years, and as soon as I got out, went into the Army Reserve and was enlisted for 13 years, went to officer candidate school, and then have been doing that. And so that's been a blessing and offering me some great opportunities in leadership. Some of the educational initiatives I've been a part of, I'll probably just really share a lot in the last 7 years, but a lot of it has happened throughout my career. Currently, where I'm at, we're a 4A rural school community located just outside of Hutchinson, Kansas, made up of 2 separate communities, South Hutchinson and Nickerson. So a little bit similar to kind of what USD 450 is. In that role as a superintendent, I serve right now on the Community Foundation Board, the United Way Board, and I just ended my term on the Rotary Board. The community connections in those particular areas have been great and helped our rural school be very relevant in the greater Reno County community. Not only do I get to serve with great leaders in those roles, but we get to grow our community partnerships with the college, with the other area school districts, and with nonprofits who can help us with family advocacy, financial assistance by way of supports and grants, and social emotional learning. Also during my time there, we have did a lot with STEM education in the K-12 arena. One of that started with VEX robotics in the high school, and I got to experience that today in your middle school. But we started with VEX robotics in the high school. That bled over into underwater robotics that we now do. We have a pool in our school. We then went to Lego robotics in the middle school, and then we went to coding labs at the elementary school. And so we've worked our way up through that area to scaffold a lot of that STEM instruction. And I'm an avid, I totally believe and advocate for technology in education. Some of the other things I'm very proud of that we've had an opportunity to work with is throughout my career I've had one-to-one initiatives with technology and with laptops. In one school it was one-to-one MacBooks and one-to-one iPads, and now we're currently one-to-one Chromebooks throughout our school, and so that's been a blessing. It's really been a blessing, of course, in the pandemic because it allowed us to move right into a remote learning environment seamlessly, and so that's been amazing. 2 other areas really proud of that have taken place is because we're a rural school, we don't have a local police department, and so I worked with our school board in order to bring about a police force, and that has paid huge dividends in way of community support, again, social emotional learning, and then just overall safety of our school. That's been amazing. And then lastly, one of the greatest things I think I'm most proud of what we have accomplished recently and as a superintendent is we are 4 school buildings, and I think when I first started there we were 4 separate school buildings. And so one of the greatest achievements is really seeing people come together and take part and become a family community. And so that's one of the things I'm most proud of. So a little bit about my leadership style, things that I believe in. I believe in an adaptive leadership style, which really means that complex problems require group effort, and they require time and solutions in order to get to those complex problems. And complex problems are just not happening in education. We're all experiencing them right now, for sure. But those complex problems are all over in the world. And so I believe in taking an approach that brings in divergent thinking, that brings in diversity of thought, and brings in collaboration so that we can solve some of the toughest challenges that probably that we don't even know that are out there yet that we're going to see. I do believe in setting high expectations. I believe in empowering others. I've seen that throughout this visit today, so that's been amazing. I also believe, something else I kind of really saw today, is I really believe in being adaptive and adopting curriculum that changes with the needs of the students or changes with the environment, what the environment's calling for our students to produce to be future earners in our society. And so I truly believe that we need to find the kind of curriculum that meets students where they are right now and takes them where it is that they're trying to go. And so that's just a little bit about the kind of leader that I would be in this district. I really want to thank the staff for taking the time today, and thank Mr. Hirsch for taking me around. You've been exceptional and super friendly, and showing the high caliber district that you have here. And so I've been nothing but impressed. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the board for this opportunity to interview. We have a couple more hours to go in the day, but I've thoroughly enjoyed myself, and really, truly, you have a wonderful opportunity right here, a wonderful school district right here in USD 450, and so I wish the entire community all the best as you continue your search for your next superintendent. So thanks for being with me today, and have a great rest of your day.